Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about how to convert different units of measurement of time. So there are a lot of different ways to express an amount of time, and you probably know all of them, but there's seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, centuries, and you could go on forever. But it's important to know how to convert between seconds and minutes or hours and days, so that you can figure out how long something will take you or how long you've been doing something. It's very useful. And to convert between the two different kinds or all the different kinds of measurement units for time, you have to use a conversion factor, which shows the relationship between the two different measurements of kind. So they describe how many units of one kind of measurement would equal 1 unit of another kind of measurement. So, for example, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, 60 seconds in 1 minute, 24 hours in 1 day. So when you're going from a big measurement to a small measurement, like from a day to an hour, days are longer than hours, so you would multiply the conversion factor. And when you're going from a small measurement to a big measurement, you will divide the conversion factor. So if you're figuring out how many minutes is 30 seconds, you're going from a small measurement to a big measurement, so you divide 30 by 60, which is the conversion factor between minutes and seconds, and that will give you that 30 seconds is half of a minute. So for an example, we have 4 hours, and we're trying to figure out how many minutes are in the 4 hours. So what we're going to do is start with the number that they give us, which is 4. And then we're going to look at our units. So we're going from hours to minutes. And hours are bigger than minutes. So we're going from a big unit of measurement to a smaller unit of measurement, which means we're going to multiply by the conversion factor. So we have 4 times, and then we're going to look at the conversion factor here. Hours to minutes, we all know there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So we're going to do 4 times 60, which will give us 240. So that means that in 4 hours, there are 240 minutes. Now we're going to figure out what portion of a year is 73 days. So we're going from 73 days to years. So we're going to start off with the 73, and we're going from days to years, which is a small unit of measurement to a big unit of measurement. That means we're going to divide by the conversion factor. So we have division, and then we know that there are 365 days in 1 year. So we're going to divide 73 by 365. When you do that, you find that 73 divided by 365 is 0.2 or 1/5. So we know that 73 days is 1/5 of a year. Now we're going to figure out how many seconds are in a year. And that can sound kind of confusing and difficult because there's no conversion factor between seconds and years. But to do this, you can go from years to days to hours to minutes and then to seconds. So you can go through all of the different measurements to get to the lowest unit of measurement. So what we'll do is convert years to days, and then days to hours, and then hours to minutes, and then minutes to seconds. So it's a long process, but you can eventually figure out how many seconds are in a year. So we'll start off with the number they give us, which is 1, and then we're going to multiply that by the conversion factor because we're going from years to days, and years are bigger than days. And we know that there are 365 days in 1 year. So 1 times 365 is 365 days. And then what we're going to do is take that and multiply it by how many hours are in 1 day, which is 24. And we multiply because days are larger than hours. And 24 is the conversion factor between days and hours. So we will multiply that by 365. And that gives us 8,760 hours. And then we're going to go from hours to minutes, and we know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and we're going from a big measurement to a small measurement, so we are going to multiply that many hours by 60, which will give us 525,600 minutes. And then lastly, we have to multiply that by 60 to find how many seconds there are, which gives us 31,536,000 seconds in 1 year. That's a lot of time. Now to review, just remember when you're doing these conversions, you probably know all of these conversion factors by heart because we use them on a daily basis, but just remember that those type of relationship between the units of measurement are what you need to figure out how many seconds are in a week or something like that. And then when you're going from a big unit of measurement to a small unit of measurement, you will multiply by the conversion factor. And when you're going from a small measurement to a big measurement, you are going to divide by the conversion factor.